Alright, so last episode we first took on Manchester City in the Carabao Cup semi-finals with Osimhen would score a big goal here to make it 1-0 for us. And later in the game we'll win the game with a 2-goal lead here after Cunha scored that great goal to win us the game. It was then Arsenal in the final of the competition where Osimhen would score a great goal to make it 1-0 and double that lead for Semenyo. Now as you'll see, Arsenal for the half-time break would get a goal back, and you see rather frustrating the Jokers will beat the challenge and manage to score. Then would get a goal back in the second half. Another frustrating one as you'll see as we managed to make the challenge, we couldn't get the ball away in time. Then would score to make it 2-2. It would go to extra time where Osimhen would not waste time. They would score 2 goals instantly in extra time to win us the game, and winners the Carabao Cup, as you'll see here, we managed to win it after beating Arsenal in the final there 4-2 in extra time. But the episode didn't end there. We had to take on Liverpool in a big game in the FA Cup here. We made it 1-0 instantly, well, fairly instantly with Mbumo. They would get back level with Wirtz before half-time with a goal that I thought was offside at the time, but it wasn't. And Mbumo would then double his lead with a fantastic finish there into the far corner. Conor Gallagher would say, I'll repeat the same thing the other side though, and make it 3-1. And Liverpool would get another goal in this game, but it wouldn't matter because right at the death, Amad Diallo would seal the victory and see us go through into the FA Cup. And let's get into today's episode. And to start today's episode, I've got our first of 2 semi-finals against Arsenal. In today's episode, we're going to play them back to back. The first one here is in the FA Cup semi-final here, as you can see. Let's get straight into this one at Wembley and hopefully beat Arsenal here to advance into the final of the FA Cup. After this, we face them in the semi-finals of the Champions League and hopefully can beat them back to back to head into 2 finals of 2 competitions we need to win this season. Have a gap in the centre, and Martinelli trying to exploit it, but there's Conor Gallagher stepping in. Bruno, there's Araujo intercepting. So Osimhen, no opportunity for us here to get a shot away. Osimhen shoots straight into the close of David Raya. Bruno Fernandes. Through to Semenyo. Lovely mid from him. Could he get a goal here? Semenyo hits it, blocked by Araujo, took the sting out of the shot, and it goes to David Raya. And it's been 50-50 in possession because barely team's been able to keep hold of possession. Van der Ven. Gallagher, Semenyo. Good move there from him. Semenyo now driving forward. Can he play it in? No, we can't. Yuri Timber. Honestly, I hate playing Yuri Timber. He is insanely good. I said it in my Leicester video yesterday. Like when we played against him for Arsenal in the game we played against them, he was so good for them, and I hate playing against him because he's so overpowered in this game. Ball over the top. Mbumo. Cross spots by Zinchenko. Zubimendi. Eddie Anderson could steal. Bruno. Cunha. Osimhen to Semenyo. Semenyo inside, great move. Semenyo could get a shot away, far post, and he scores. That may be his last involvement in the game. I was planning to bring on Matoma, but Antoine Semenyo just scored a big goal for us. And again, there's been a frustrating back and forth struggle in midfield, as this needs to be fixed. It's been multiple weeks and not just how they haven't managed to fix it yet. But Semenyo puts us ahead. A lovely finish there from him into the far corner. Great play from him to get inside the box and get the shot away. And we finally take the lead in this game. Conor Gallagher here into Bruno Fernandes. Here's Seshko, who just came on. Ball over top to Matej Cunha. Back into Amad Diallo, but the ball was behind him and Martinez somehow got away with that. Madueke. Lovely challenge from Conor Gallagher though. That was a risky one to go for, but anyway, the ability to make it. Matoma feeds it forward into Seshko. It's not really where we want Seshko to be though. He can do well here. Bruno Fernandes. Can he get the shot away? Bruno hits it. But it's a very, very poor effort from him. Seshko, lovely move. Surprised that worked. Seshko running through. How have we not scored there? Raya left the near post open and I tried to put it to the near post, but somehow we didn't score. Matoma. Oh no, not like in this. If they equalise late in the game after doing nothing all game, I'm going to be very frustrated. Oh no, it's going to happen into 90+2 ball in. Van der Ven, that's going to be yours. There we go. Ahmad. Ball forward into Cunha. Seshko. Oh, Timber intercepts. But there we go. The game's done. We're through to the FA Cup final. And we're next up, it's Arsenal again, unfortunately for us. In the Champions League semi-final, let's get into that one. And hopefully beat Arsenal again to advance into the final of the Champions League. And well, as you can see, like I said, the semi-final we're going to have to play next is Arsenal away from home at the Emirates. And as you can see, the other one is Galatasaray v Man City. So it's most likely going to be a Manchester derby in the final of the Champions League, which would be incredible for us to go on to win. But first of all, get into Arsenal, and hopefully it's not going to be as boring as a game as it was in the last one. And hopefully it can be a bit more entertaining. And we win it anyway and go through. Obviously, there's going to be 2 legs. We're going to play the first one and hopefully some of the second leg and advance further into the Champions League to go on to win it hopefully this season as well. And I'm just hoping that this game can be a bit more entertaining than the last one, because obviously we only managed to win it 1-0. Aussie men, free to Cunningham. We got a goal straight away, and yes, we do. That's what I wanted to see. I want this game to be straightforward, in and out for us. I don't want us to have to play the whole 90 minutes. I want this to be a quick fire victory against Arsenal. I've played them too many times recently. It's a great ball by Aussie men, a great finish by Cunha, and it's 1-0 here against Arsenal at the Emirates in the Champions League semi-final first leg. Questions are tired at Arsenal after that game. Our players are fully rested. Ball into the box looking for Cunha again. He went for a bicycle kick, but Zubimendi got it cleared before he could connect with it. Gallagher now. Good move by him. Creates some space. Hits it. Gallagher denied by Raya. It falls. Zinchenko gets it away. Love that from Semenyo. Gallagher. Anderson. Nobody given goes there. Ball into Cunha again, and it's 2-0. Great football we're playing. I'm liking this. I'm locked in. I am fully locked in for this one, because like I said, I want this one to be quick. I've played Arsenal too many times recently in big games, especially finals and semi-finals in the past few days, especially in the Leicester series and this one. And I want us to get through this series and get on to the next one without until Frankfurt we're going to do after this one here. And it's 2-0 here for us. And I'm tempted to sim the rest of the game, but at the same time I don't want to risk it just yet. I want to at least make it 3-0 before we do so. And Cunha doubles his goal tally. That's great defending from Militao. Aussie men. Bruno Fernandes. Eddie Anderson. Oh, we'd lose possession. I thought Anderson was going to continue that run there. Anderson. Cunha. Through. Aussie men. Beats the defender. David Raya makes the save though. It's a big save there from the Spaniard, because that would have been it if that went in. But we get a corner. And Bruno. I'm going to play this one short and try to do something with this one. Bruno. Just inside. Hits it. And Bruno Fernandes scores. I had a feeling. The second we got that corner, I just had a feeling that we're going to score. And Bruno Fernandes scores to make it 3-0, puts this game to bed inside, well, just over half an hour of football. We should have to see. Well, this should be the game done. We're going to jump to the end and sim the rest of the game and hopefully not regret it. It's a fantastic finish from Bruno Fernandes, the captain. And like I said, we're going to sim the rest of it 32 minutes in. Sim to the end. It ends up being a 40 victory. We got back into the game with Saka and Saliba scoring. We got a fourth from Semenyo. We're going to sim the second leg and should be through into the final of the Champions League. And well, next up, we're going to see the Premier League trophy lift, and then also after that get into the FA Cup final and the Champions League final. And well, as you can see by the Premier League table, we're currently on top of the table, and well, not currently top of the table, we're guaranteed to win the title. As you can see, only a few games after this season, we're going to jump into our next home game against Southampton. We're just going to cut to the trophy lift if we get at the end of that one. And after that, we have the FA Cup final against Chelsea, as you can see at Wembley. We're going to take them on, and then in the Champions League final, it is as predicted, Man City v Man United in the Allianz Arena for the Champions League in the Manchester derby, which will end the episode and end the series if we manage to win it. As first of all, see ourselves lift the Premier League trophy, then the FA Cup, and then obviously, hopefully, the Champions League to end the episode. And we're here after the dominant season we've had. We now are crowned champions of the Premier League here. We've also won, like I said, the Carabao Cup. We're about to be able to win the FA Cup and the Champions League as well to complete the quadruple. But as you can see, Bruno Fernandes steps up to lift the Premier League trophy, the first one for Man United in a very, very long time. We should have seen a well-deserved one for us as well. Let's get into the FA Cup and hopefully win that one as well. And then, like I said, beat Man City in the Champions League final at the end of the episode. And next up was the FA Cup final against Chelsea, where this is going to be post-commentary because for some reason my audio was recorded through my PlayStation controller instead of through my mic that I got plugged into the headset, and it should have usually, it just automatically selects the headset to record the audio, but for some reason it was through the controller, so you would have had that really echoey audio for this game. If I didn't do a post-commentary, I think it's been a fairly decent start to this game. Chelsea in this one, I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of glad it was post-commentary, well, it is post-commentary, because this game was rather boring. We had some chances, as you'll see, but Chelsea in this game didn't really do anything. They couldn't attack. They had like one shot or two in the end, and this kind of summed up the game. They got the ball forward into the box, wouldn't pull the trigger, misplaced a pass, and would defend them and get the ball away. But in the second half, to be fair, they would do well to get forward. They would Gittins down the left, gets the ball into the lap, and he gets a shot away, but the reins would deny for making it 1-0. And that would see us go to the other end, work a great pass through, but Osman would get tripped up on, not somehow with a free kick there. And I was kind of confused at the time why that wasn't a free kick, and I still am, to be fair. But we would then play a great ball through into Mateusz Cunha, who would square it over to Victor Osimhen to score the first goal of the game, to put us 1-0 up here, just an hour into the game, as you can see. And well, after this game, we do have the Manchester derby in the FA Cup final, not the FA Cup final, the Champions League final, which is live commentary, and it's going to let you know that is. But as you see here, we didn't have the chance with Bruno Fernandes. We're tossing out Adora Bioyo, well, someone denies and scored a second goal, which would see us have to wait up into the final moments of the game, with something you're doing well, to maintain possession, find Elliot Anderson with all the room in the world, hits it, rifles it into the top corner, and wins us the FA Cup with that goal. Chelsea would score, but you're not going to get to see that goal. It was basically straight from kick-off. They'd get a goal, classic way in FC the past couple of years, but it is where it is. But as you'll see, that goal there saw us won the FA Cup against Chelsea for a second consecutive season in a row. Bruno Fernandes lifts the FA Cup to win as a domestic double. We'll just get into the Champions League final afterwards. And well, here we are in the biggest game of the season. I swear it's in the Allianz Arena because I played the final, but apparently I played it in the Voltins Arena instead, okay? Either I read that wrong or it switched to a different stadium randomly when we actually got to the game. But let's get into this one, the final game of the series, and hopefully see ourselves beat Man City and win the Champions League for the first time in a while for Manchester United. There is the beautiful trophy we're trying to win here in Germany up against Hansi Flick's Man City team. As you can see, they've got some big changes to the team on the bench, I think I saw, but as you can see, the usual 11 other than Akanji and Dumfries being in there. It's kind of similar to real life. Doku, Foden, Haaland up front, and the midfield of Reinders, Bernardo Silva and Rodri. Let's get into this game and hopefully defeat Man City here in the Voltins Arena in Schalke. And well, we will go here in the arena of Schalke. And let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see a Schalke series again at some point in the future. I would like to do one again. They are on my list of teams to do again in FC26. I do like doing Schalke series every now and again. Also, we did one on FIFA 23. I think I did one on FC24, but I don't think I did one on FC25, if I'm not mistaken. I think I purposely avoided doing one. I also would like to do a Fiorentina series again. It's been a while since I did one with Fiorentina. Also, man, that's a great pass through to Mateusz Cunha. Can we score early on? And Mateusz Cunha has done so. It's a fantastic goal. The moving behind the cushion up there from Cunha is world class. A pass there from Osimhen. It's incredible. And we'll take the lead. One club in Manchester decked out in Manchester, well, Man United colours. The other one will be in, well, another one will be in Man City colours. They would have separated into two separate clubs for, well, better, instead of having them both in the same club, same pub, celebrating goals against each other. But Cunha scores to make it 1-0 in order to see it. It tend to not be a challenge, but I feel like Man City are actually going to be frustrating to play against us. We do well to defend against Doku. They're just going to run straight for our team. Osimhen linking up play here. Osimhen being tracked down, but he puts it back and was wide out there from Kushner. That should be a free kick. He didn't really get the ball. In the scene for us playing against Man City is Foden, Doku, Haaland obviously, and also Rodri. If you wonder why I say Rodri, is Foden puts that shot over the bar, because Rodri tends to score against me quite a lot in career mode, because for some reason he's one of the most attacking midfielders in Man City's team despite being a CDM. He's always the one that pushes up into the box, and it has been that way for like years against Man City. But players like Bernardo Silva, Reinders, even Gundogan when he was there, didn't really do that. It was always Rodri that did, in career mode anyway, when you play against them. Here we go, Osimhen. He doubled our lead, near post, Donnarumma stops him. Doku up against the Lacroix. He's skipped past him, he's broke his ankles, but there's Anderson. Now we can break. Eddie Anderson carrying it forward, being tracked down by the Belgian. And I can just still offers there. Got to watch the cut back and also not let him inside. As if somehow still have possession. They're going to score here. Doku, no they're not, good defending, but the ball is still in danger, but we're getting the ball out. And Bumo, there you go, you're 1-on-1. I mean, Kushnov does have the pace to catch you up, but you should be 1-on-1 with Donnarumma here. And Brian Bumo scores, low-driven shot. And it's 2-0 here to the Red Devils. You'd have to see it. And have a comfortable 2-goal lead in this game, which is massive for us in this final against a team like Man City, who, as you've seen, have been dangerous going forward in this one so far. And a Boomer here beats Kushnov, gets ahead of him. And Ralph was one low driven into the far corner. No saving that for Donnarumma. Well, he probably could have saved it, but he was expecting the shot to go near post, but it went across the goal and made it 2-0 to us. As there we go. Cunha back to Bruno Fernandes. Holds up possession, finds Eddie Anderson. Blocked, so falls back to us. Anton Semenyo. What was that touch after flicking it in behind? He didn't need to do that. That kind of ruined that whole play. But over the top looking for Foden, who's running through, but we do well to defend. Well, Cunha's through. And Kanji stepped out, and Cunha denied by Donnarumma. But also into Haaland, trying to get them back in the game, and it's Rodri. But it's shy saved by the men's. Savinho. And it is Eder Militao stopping Haaland. You know, Eddie Anderson, why not? From range, Donnarumma denies him. And we're going to keep possession. Cunha. Okay, has that worked against me? But it seems like it might be a fairly straightforward Champions League win for us against Man City, due to how bad they've been in this game, to be fair. And there we go again. Cunha's through. And this could be game, set and match, but Donnarumma somehow denied us. Got a little bit too carried away there. Thought I had a bit more time. But Shaky's now on for them. So he's been playing incredible for Man City. Role recently, that Rabona assist that he got. Incredible. Kushnov heads it away. Shaky. Expected Man City to be a much harder team for us to face. But there we go. The Champions League is won. Let's cut to the trophy lift. And we have won the quadruple this season. And 5 trophies in total with the FA Cup last season. And well, as you can see, the fans in the Manchester United pub celebrating the victory. And the red and white ribbons are finally back on the Champions League. Well, as a Man City fan, this is kind of bittersweet seeing this for a Man City fan, seeing Man United beat Man City in the final to the Champions League. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's not real. And this will happen for a long time for Man United as things are going right now. This won't be a reality for them in a long time. But in SD26, you can make it a reality pretty quickly. And Bruno Fernandes lifts the trophy. And we are champions of the Champions League, quadruple champions as well. 5 trophies in 2 seasons since we took over as Amorim at Man United. And well, we turned around Amorim's career and taken not only him, but Man United back to the top of European football. And one more trophy lift, why not, before we go into the stats of the players. And well, as you can see, we've got 2 players up for the Ballon d'Or this season. If we do manage to win it, we should win it. We've won the quadruple, we've won the Champions League. We've got Osimhen here with 31 goals, 10 assists. And Mateusz Cunha with 48 goal contributions, 28 goals and 20 assists, and same from him. Honestly, he is so good in this game. And Anton Semenyo is 14 and 7. Bruno Fernandes 14 and 9. And Boomer 11 and 3. Amad Diallo had a great season as well. Zirkzee and Seshko didn't really get as much games happening this season as we thought we would. To be honest, I thought I played them a bit more than I did. But at the end of the day, we didn't really use them because we had Osimhen and Cunha up front. I didn't really want to bring them off as much as I could have done. But Mitoma, 6 and 9, pretty good as a backup player. Didn't really use them as much as we could have done, but I might do a Brighton Crowell at some point. And we'll use him in that one, obviously. Conor Gallagher, by the way, incredible midfielder. He didn't go up in overall, surprisingly, but as a deep line playmaker in CDM, alongside Eddie Anderson, those 2 were incredible. That's why I didn't want to bring in Baleba or any other midfielder, because Conor Gallagher and Anderson, those 2 worked like a perfect machine. This whole team worked as a perfect machine, to be honest. Like the Benzin goal was great. The Qua, Militao and Van der Ven at the back were great. So Yoro was great as well. And Brownfoot, who we brought in, was pretty good as well. But we did obviously want to bring in a Champions League level centre-back in Militao into the team, and that worked out for us. Van der Ven, incredible in that left centre-back role. Gallagher, like I said, and Anderson in midfield, incredible. Semenyo left mid, started off slow. But as I got more used to him, he was a great player for us in this team. And I want to use him again at some point. I might do a Bournemouth career in the near future, so we'll obviously use him in that one. Bruno Fernandes in the captain role, still incredible. Obviously, 67 pace, not the fastest, but as a shadow striker, Well, actually, as a playmaker, I thought we didn't play him as a shadow striker in this series. We played him as a playmaker. He was incredible because usually my cam's in career mode. I played him as a shadow striker, but with Bruno Fernandes, I felt like playmaker was best for him, and it worked out massively for us, allowing Cunha, Osimhen, and Bumo, and even Semenyo to get in like ahead of him, and he can play the passes through to them. And Bumo, overall a great player. He had moments where he kind of dropped off, but overall he's a fantastic player for us in this team. And Cunha and Osimhen, the stats speak for themselves. 41 goal contributions and 48 goal contributions for Cunha and Osimhen up front. And what that's an insane, that's 90 goal contributions together. That's 89 goal contributions together, which is insane. Those two together, and 89 goals and assists. Just them two. Incredible. And I'm going to sim to November to see if we do win the Ballon d'Or with either one of these. So they deserve to do so, but if not, I'll do another outro here, and we won't get to the Ballon d'Or, because recently I've not won it in my Chrome series because our players have been robbed of it. But hopefully in this one, we get to see Cunha and Osimhen lift the Ballon d'Or. Man, what I thought I'd show you with this series, the Ballon d'Or has been given to Osimhen, but similar to another series we did, we didn't get the animation despite our player winning it. So I'm not too sure what's happened there, but I'm going to give you the outro anyway that we did, even if I didn't win the Ballon d'Or. I'm going to put that in next up, but we have won the Ballon d'Or, or I'll put this at the end of it, I'm not too sure. But we won the Ballon d'Or, but we didn't get the animation, so I'm not too sure what's going on. It shows you the animation for like the Player of the Season award, even if it isn't a player that your team's in your team, but a Ballon d'Or when a player that you win it with doesn't get shown the animation, so they need to fix this because it was working at one point. So I'm not sure why we didn't get the animation, but Osimhen did win the Ballon d'Or. Well deserved win for him, but that is rather frustrating that we didn't get the animation to see him win the Ballon d'Or. And well, if you're seeing this outro, that means we didn't win the Ballon d'Or. So as always, if you wanted to enjoy the episode, drop a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out the FC26 content. Also doing a Leicester City career alongside this one right now. On the try to see what I should have for to do so. There'll also be an Eintracht Frankfurt series starting in a few days' time as one to try to by the way. Alongside the Leicester one, going to do that. And also when we finish the Leicester series, we're going to replace it with another one. I'm not sure what I want to do after I finish the Leicester one, but Frankfurt is the next big team I want to do. And obviously the other series will do a smaller team as a more of an RTG focused series. But thank you for watching this one. Drop a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching and goodbye.